Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly like, subscribe and also share the video if possible. So now we're going to start. We want to make this structured bodice on this outfit. So I want to teach us how to make it. So now we are starting. Now our client is actually plus size. So we're going to be using bigger measurements. We're going to be using bust 46, waist 38, hip 46. Then her half length is going to be 20 inches because it's a bit the outfit has a little bit of low waist, so I'm making it low waist 20 inches. I'm making it the 20 inches bodies. Then the bodice also has a V, right? And the V is 6 inches in depth. So that means everything is going to be 26 inches. So now let us start. My armhole, I'm using an armhole of armhole distance of 9 inches to achieve this. Okay, then her bust line, I'm using 11 inches for her bust line. I'm using, yeah, like I explained, her half length is 18, but of course I'm taking it a bit down by 2 inches, so it's 20 inches half length we're using, then the 6 inches V. Right. Okay, now this dress, it's an off shoulder. Of course it doesn't have a shoulder, but if we look at it, we can see that the shoulder, the structure of the dress actually went as high as the top of the shoulder. So of course we are not taking anything from the, we're not bringing it down. It's an off shoulder dress, but it started at the shoulder level, so we're not bringing it, we're starting from zero. So we are we start like this. Now, I'm going to use the width of that structure on the dress, the width of the upper part. I'm going to use 12 for the width. That's divided by 2, that's 6 inches. And let's say if the person was a smaller person, I would subscribe that we use 11. Then by the time you turn the two sides of the neckline, it now becomes 10. But because she is bigger, by using 12, by the time we turn the two sides, it becomes 11. Now remember that the neckline is such that the bodice is such that we are going to take it all the way up after we have removed, well, of course at the chest area we are also going to remove um inches before we now take it up. So now we start. Our bust line is, I'm using 11 inches for the bust line. I'm using um her her bust is her under bust is 17 inches. Her under bust is 17 inches, but I'll bring it up a bit. I'll just make it 16 and a half. Her half length is 18 inches. We are taking the half length to 20 inches low waist. Okay. Like I explained, I want the neckline to be 12 inches. So I'm going to add, I'm going to actually remove something from the, as in from the chest, for it to lay flat on the body. So of course the same thing I'm going to remove, I'm going to add 3 inches allowance. 1, 2, 3. So this is what it's going to be, right? Then her bust is 46. I'm adding 3 inches allowance. 46 is 11 and a half. That's when it's divided by 4. I'm adding 3 inches allowance. That's 14 and a half. Her waist is 38. That's which is a 9.5, right? So I'm adding 4 inches. Okay, so her waist is 38, which is 9.5, right? And we're going to be adding an extra 4.5 inches allowance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4.5. Okay. The same for the underbust. Okay. So now we can connect our measurements at this point. Okay. So remember that the V, we're going to put a V, and the V has a depth of 6 inches. So we're taking this whole bodice down. Then by the time we join our center front and side front together, we'll now cut out the V. Okay, so we'll just give it a bit of curve. We're still going to cut everything out. Mhm. So now we would draw our armhole at this point. Okay. Now we're going to get our bust dimensions here. From the center front, the bust span we're using is 9. Okay, then we add half inch. That's making 10 inches. So that's the same bust span we'll use across board. Okay. So this is the middle. So we're going to be removing 0.75 inches from the center front. Okay. Then 1.75 inches from the side front. So this is how it's going to be. And we're going to take this measurement all the way down. Okay. So our measurements are corresponding. Okay. So now we're going to draw our curve. Interesting. Okay. So now we're proceeding to the upper part. Remember that the upper part is structured and is off shoulder and is starting from shoulder level. So, but we have to curve in, the upper part before we now take our measurements up so that we get the accurate for accuracy. Okay. So let's continue. Her chest, we are using 7 inches. It was at 7 inches. We have drawn the chest level to be 7 inches. Okay, so we now remove. Remember that our bust line is 9, then we are using 10 so that we can remove. So now at this point, we are removing. We're removing 0.75 from each side. Okay. So now we curve. So that's 1.5. Okay. So now we're taking the whole measurement up too. Just go straight up here. So this is how we'll just blend it in a bit so it doesn't look so artificial. So this is how the bodice is going to look like. Okay. So after we have transferred it to the fabric, right? We've already put all our allowance, so we'll just transfer this directly to the fabric and so then get our V. Then we'll show you how it goes. Right, that we'll need for the front. Now remember, the back will be the normal half length. The back is not going to be as long, of course, because the back does not have a V, so it's going to be stopping at 20 when you're doing your half length for the back. And of course, it's going to also be totally, as in it's going to be off the shoulder, or as in totally off the shoulder. So we're going to start the back from, of course, the back will not extend up, you know The back is not going to extend up. The back is going to start from 7, right, and stop at 20. Take note, because it doesn't have an extended upper part and doesn't have a V. Now for the front, remember that the side front we extended, we took in the side front more than the center front. So of course there's going to be some difference, a little bit of a difference. Like now, if you measure this, you see the length. Okay, this is 7 from 7 equal with 2. So you can see what I am getting. I'm showing. So I'm getting 17 and quarter. Now, if I do same for the center front, you see that there's a difference. Okay? Because center front did not curve in as much as the side front did. So you see, don't forget to. Okay, so you see, this is now saying 16 3/4. So that means it's a ½ inch difference. So when you are cutting your side front, don't forget to add a ½ inch difference so that it balances up. So as we continue, we'll show you. Now another thing is the interface we're going to be using. Of course, you can see the shoulder is structured, so the neckline is structured. So we're going to be using boning. That's the sewable boning inside. We're going to be sewing the boning on the lining. We're going to be doing a lot of structure on the lining so that it can stand that way. We'll show you how you did it.
Okay, so for the bottom, we had to gather, you know, both sides of the fabric for the ruching at the bottom. So we had to gather both sides of the fabric and now attached it to the skirt this way. And we had to tack the middle so that the ruching stays. Then this is the outfit before we took it to our beader to bead. So I sketched the beadwork on the top, on the bodice, and took it for beading so that the beader can do her own work on the outfit. You can see how the boning made the bodice to stand. Then this is our finished work now after beading. The client wanted a tulle top, a net top that she could wear with the outfit. So we hope you try yours. Thank you for watching. Bye.